Sometimes I feel like that one tree out there, all alone, being watched. I'm um, I'm working on a system to better manage this function that I'm now trying to wrangle into shape. Remote work, it's finance, and I have no background in it. Just kind of what you do in a young company. And I'm realizing the whole checklist thing, the SOP thing, it's like true, right? It's like true, but do but you can waste a ton of time on SOPs, standard operating procedures, checklists. You know, you do need checklists, and they do help you to not forget anything, and that's big. But way more powerful than that, I've found just while experimenting with myself, keeping my own arse accountable, is deliverables, not checklists, but deliverables. Maybe I can think of a different word for that that's not quite so corporate, but that's basically, it's basically what is to be delivered at the end of a checklist, right? And maybe that seems like doesn't really, like, what's the difference? Well, the difference is it's if you work from what is to be delivered, then you can define what you need to know from them, or what you want to know from them. They can think about it too, what other people want to hear from them. It creates a paper trail of everything that was done. Like, people could just do stuff that's useful and it's invisible all the time. It's not even about remote work, right? Just work in an office, you do something, it's not no one sees it. And it's like, and this just it ends that. It immediately ends that. So I'm pretty optimistic about it. But this week is another week, and it's another week closer to me exiting the situation where I am. And what I want to do is leave with a really good system in place. So I hope that what I'm doing right now will work, but more so than that, I think just talking about it, talking it through, and practicing it, testing it out. I've got a couple months yet, so I think I can probably, this will help the process in figuring it out. But basically, to make it, to put something down here: roles, deliverables, SOPs at the bottom. Anything you're doing, put a role. Am I covering up the mic? Everything you're doing, put a role onto it. Just a title and a it's gonna be difficult. Just a title and a purpose is enough. Like a priority of this role, this sub role. You could have like a dozen that you're doing right now. But yeah, after that you can define other things, like, what are the duties of this role more specifically? What are the kind of properties of this role, if you want to think about it? Like, what does the person who embodies this role then has property of this or that business asset, right? And it's like, they have authority to do what they want with that. Maybe up to a certain, defined threshold of change, depending on how much control you need to be in there. But yeah, and then the deliverables under that being, okay, what do what does this role actually deliver? And if it's a task that you need doing that doesn't have anything to deliver at the end of it, then you make something up. You 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 say, at the end of the deliverable is to update people that this is done, at least, right? But better would be, some kind of summary of it. There's almost always something that you can communicate about a task that you've done that would be useful to others. And so just make that the key thing. So doing that deliverable is basically is the thing that's tracked, and it has a date, it has SOPs and instructions attached to it if you want. But what's key is just knowing that something needs to be handed over for everything. Something, an email, a little message, might be all it takes, but something. If it's a bigger thing, or rarer thing, maybe you need a document. Monthly, quarterly stuff needs documents, needs a separate document. Otherwise, just a message may do. It's just getting something. It's thinking about it in a different way. You're not just ticking something off. You are delivering something every single time. And that might be enough to rapidly increase the visibility and accountability. The issue that I'm finding is not knowing is, well, I'm working with mostly part-timers who they're strapped for time. And, so I don't want to pull them off whatever they're doing right now, type thing. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to keep working on this week. This is Monday. I'm going to keep working on it this week and see if I've cracked a code here or if I'm just tripping.